What's going on, everybody? I'm FJ, and welcome to Burn Notice, where we talk about all things spicy and, just chill. You're going to hear some bad dad jokes, maybe some off jokes, and just sit back, grab you a beer or whatever your drink of choice is, Sprite, Coca-Cola, whatever it is, and have some fun. Tonight, we're going to do prepping in pounds. How do we prep our stomachs for these spicy challenges and spicy adventures that we take on? Speaking of adventures, we got guests. We got special guests. I just popped in my head. It was like, be my guest, be my guest. Beauty and the Beast, because I'm a dad, girl dad. That's what's up. So introducing my beautiful co-host, KTV, Saucy. Hi. So I see we're working on our summer tans a little bit. Yeah. So mine's a little bit more than I wanted to get today. So y'all get that free pepperoni shot, first of all.
Yeah, I'm rocking it too. We're Southern folk, though. That's how it is, especially in the summertime.
I'm telling you, and it's hot. It's been hot, and you just got to deal with it. So, who else we got back here? Ethan Rivera.
What up?
Oh my gosh, what up? How's it going, buddy?
Same old, same old. Also a little sun scorched on the cheeks.
A little pink.
Yeah.
All right,
but
so
still good.
Prepping in pounds. So, let's talk about that tonight. So let's do it. So we'll just jump right in. In my discovery of the spicy world, I didn't know anything about prep. And as the last show we discussed, neither did y'all. And then we started dying. So I started asking around, and I went straight to the source, which I thought took on more challenges and more spicy stuff than most anybody. And that was the Atomic Menace. So I was like, Dustin, dude, you've got to tell me your secret. Like, how do I not die? And he taught me carbs. He's like, load up on carbs, man. Go grab you a burger, fries, shake, get that all in the stomach. And then, hydration. He's like, drink you some Powerade, put that challenge on, and then do it again right on top. Another burger, fries, whatever. And that's what he taught me. So that's what I started doing. But let me tell you guys, over the course of a year, I gained 86 pounds.
Yeah, man.
Like, can y'all imagine 86 pounds? Like, that is the equivalent of 12 gallons of milk. What?
And I'm lactose intolerant, so that's just horrible.
Yeah.
I'm down 30-something pounds since the Hulu show. The amount of food for prepping is, like, insane. Absolutely freaking insane.
So Katie, walk me through. You're about to sit down on a stage against 10 other competitors or 11 other competitors. What is your last 24 hours like before you hit that stage?
So I know better now. Like, at this point, the best I ever did was when I was neck and neck with you and we were in Charlotte. And I was so proud of myself. Don't eat too much. That was the mistake that I made in Dallas, was like trying to eat tons of, I like had an entire Dagwood sandwich in the freaking van, like too much prep. I had heavy cream, a banana, like I ate way too much for Dallas. And then for Charlotte, I ate a little bit, and my secret weapon is whole milk.
Whole milk.
That's it now, is truly whole milk or peanut butter. But honestly, like for the most part, especially if we're doing pepper eating competitions, I'm going to get sick. Like, we've already had this conversation. You don't. So like, I don't have to, I'm eventually it's going to burn so bad that my body's going to get it out of there. But
and
I can run longer off of a lot of water and milk.
And that was us in Charlotte. Like, we were sitting there eating peppers, and you're like, I'm done.
You were so
like, and I was like, wait, no, you're not done. Let's keep going. And you're like, no, I'm done. I'm like, okay, she's done. And I've learned over being married for so many years, when a woman says they're done, they're done. Stop.
Dude, I loved you pushing me to keep going, though. Like, that was the moment I knew, like, that was like, we're supposed to be competitors head to head with each other. And you're literally sitting next to me going, don't give up. And I've got a thing. I don't want to puke on stage in public. That one really bugs me. And you were like, just do it. Like, you were so cool, dude.
Whatever.
Like, that was the coolest shit. You were such a good sport. I'll never forget that. That was one of the most meaningful things.
Well, it's like I told Brandon Swear, and I picture it like this: when we're all together on the stage, anybody's ever competed
Yeah.
with me, we're on that stage. We're storming the beaches of Normandy together, and
Mhm.
not taken away from anything of our vets did in Normandy. It's not the same thing, but in our world, that's storming the beaches of Normandy. And so I want whoever's around me, we're going as far as we can. I want to get, and that's real important to me.
Yeah,
Now,
that's cool.
hasn't necessarily been in pepper eating competitions and stuff, but he's definitely no new guy to the world of spicy. Ethan, what's your go-to prep?
So I don't like to bulk up on prep because if I'm going to eat a challenge, I kind of want it to be where I'm still kind of hungry. You know, like I kind of want to have an appetite. If I'm too full, I'm not going to be able to eat anything at all. If I'm full, I'm like, I'm out of the game already because I'm not even trying to eat right now. But for prep, peanut butter is definitely a nice little prep, like a plain peanut butter sandwich. Being lactose intolerant, like I could see how the whole milk would be amazing, but like the aftermath of that for me on top of cap cramps would be not pleasant for anyone involved in this household.
Right.
So
say you're going to take on the Queen's Chug, okay, and you're doing it on Friday at 8 p.m. because that's the way your work schedule is. You already got the kids in bed or whatever it may be, and walk me through that last 24 hours before you do that challenge.
For me, it probably wouldn't be much different than just a normal day, but I know like during that dinner session where I ate prior, I wouldn't eat anything spicy. I would just have a flat palette of normal food. I wouldn't be adding pow or sauce to that meal. So that way I don't have to worry about any pre-burn happening.
Mm-hmm.
I tried that. So rewinding a little bit, I thought back in the day, prep was eating something spicy before eating the real spicy thing. Like prepping your body with a mild, medium challenge and or whatever. So that way your body's, okay, I'm prepping for hotness by starting with some hotness. And that backfired quickly. I was like, oh, wait, no, it's just prepping is just getting a solid base down in your stomach, not prepping my gut with, there's going to be more to this coming. Just a warning. This is your pre-burn. But yeah, so it's definitely, I like to try to keep it light and not too filling.
Okay, so we've all kind of slowed down on the spicy challenges here of late. You know, we've tried to work on more balance in our lives. We all have, okay, and because we've been going hard for years. I mean, myself for 6 years. KDB, I know you've been in the community 5 at least. 2020, beginning of 2020, I believe you came in. Ethan, also the same time as me, 2019. Come into the community and hit it hard. So I know we've all kind of slowed down a little bit. So you've had this long span. How did you notice your weight gain fluctuate during prepping yourself for those spicy things?
So for me, I noticed that the habit of prepping just became a habit of eating. So if I knew I was going to eat something spicy, didn't want to have too much of an aftermath, I'd have my peanut butter sandwich. But then it was just like, I'm not going to be eating anything spicy, but I'm just going to have that peanut butter sandwich anyway. Or, I'm going to have these little snacks. And it was snacking. I also blame COVID for a lot of that. That what they COVID 30 or whatever they called it. That everybody got from just sitting around trapped in a house. There was nothing to do but eat and drink. Like you just sat around and you just didn't have time to. Could only do so many laps in my living room, but so that I noticed that's when it started. Right into the 2020 era. And then that's when my daughter was born. So I was home anyway with a newborn. So it's not like I can get out of the house and be active while trying to be, a second time new dad with a newborn in the house. So that's where I knew my weight gain had started.
So here's what I've noticed as well. So say I get up in the morning and I want to eat a extremely hot sauce. So say Primo Army from Troy Primo. And I'm like, hey, I want to have a couple eggs. But then I'm like, I want Troy Primo sauce. That couple of eggs is not going to be enough. So I tend to add more food to absorb that capsaicin. Have y'all ever noticed that?
Yeah. Toast, bacon, like you just keep this is a little bit, couple of things. This is a full breakfast. Yeah, this is what I need. But yeah, it's definitely to supplement the heat. You need to add the calories.
So this is a really cool topic. I have to think about this for a little bit, honestly, because like in 2020, just like Ethan was saying, like, ugh, God, it was bad. It was tragic. It was tragic for me, and it stayed tragic for a long time. However, I will throw this out there, and I don't know if you're expecting this. Sorry, I'm in my bedroom floor tonight instead of in my office. So I'm gonna fidget and do things because the Will's downstairs installing a sink. I will send you pictures when they're done. It's been a whole ordeal all day long. Yeah, it's been a thing. But yeah, no, I ballooned up in 2020 like anybody else, I guess. Like I was eating a lot, I was drinking a lot. It was tragic. It was terrible. And then got sober for a year and a half. Didn't touch alcohol. That was awesome. And started doing challenges. And the prep, it does pack on a lot of calories, but here's a cheat code that I'm going to give you guys that I learned over time. Like, I know I'm a little bit more in the sauce world than the pepper world, but adding sauce as your condiment of choice instead of like a salad dressing, ketchup, mayonnaise, anything like that, that's cutting so many more calories than you would think.
That's true.
And yeah, I've lost a lot of weight over the time of since 2020 to now. And I mean like an astronomical amount, no, but replacing certain things with hot sauce or with peppers or whatever, it's definitely helped me cut down on my calories. But I can't share in the whole, I need more eggs for my sauce. I need more sauce for my eggs. Like I can't, I'm not there. I douse everything in sauce.
Oh, 100%.
Well, always.
We've kind of weighed in a little bit on what we do for prep, and I know there's probably 1,000 different ways to prep, but I want to bring in somebody who this couple has a little bit different way of prepping themselves. I guess I would say it's a little bit out of the spectrum. It's not normal just peanut butter and jelly sandwich and what did here Charlie Whitmore, oatmeal, peanut butter, and fruit. So that's his prep. So let's introduce our special guest. Today's adventure. Wait, waiting?
Sorry, mashed potatoes is another good one.
Oh, mashed potatoes. Yeah, starch. So let's bring in Ryan and Liela Baumgartner.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for having us. What a great topic.
So am I still the only one that says your name right?
For the most part, yeah. A few more people have learned. I did like a fun challenge about how to say my name, and
Ryan's coming around.
Ryan's coming around. So, Ryan, it's 24 hours before you take the stage of a pepper eating competition against 11 other people. It's going to be 90 degrees outside. And what's your prep?
Honestly, 24 hours before, I'm a nervous wreck. I'm so full of anxiety. People are like, oh, you look like you're having so much fun up there. You're so like, confident. You go up there, you're having a good time. I'm a nervous wreck. So I don't eat anything, honestly, 24 hours before. Yeah. I'm generally trying to find some wonderful people like you all to find and talk to fill my anxiety that's running in my head. But no, right before, about 45 minutes before, I whip out a stick of butter. And that is my go-to. A stick of butter and about a bottle of water with that. No more water. You just wash down that butter. Saturated fats are my friend. I know you guys are sitting at home like butter, like a stick of butter, or how do you do that? Do you melt it? No, it's just a raw stick of butter. And
Buttercup.
If you guys check us out on our YouTube, you'll see that I've had quite a few people join me on this adventure. And,
yes,
our good friend, the Reaper teacher, she gives me props for she took it in Baltimore and she did prep with me before that with some carrot.
Ian.
Yeah. So I did a deep dive on y'all's Facebook because, of course, I gotta know who's coming. And I saw a picture of Ryan and Sonny Spicer. And
it was at Tampa.
Who was the third at Tampa?
I think it was Keith.
Yeah, it was Keith, KCP. And y'all all eating a stick of butter. So we started at the scoreboard back in the day and eating wings, and then we moved on to this spicy adventure, and then Lee joined you about 3 years ago, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, inside of everything.
Yeah,
So-
I'm a wimp. I never would have eaten spicy stuff. Never. I was Buffalo girl. That's it.
So Lee, 24 hours before, what were we doing?
I'm a little different. I'm kind of the person who's like grabbing whatever just to have things in my stomach. And I'm telling you what, I have tried so many different preps over the years because I haven't really found anything that worked for me consistently. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if I could say that I have like a true prep that I believe in, because I honestly feel like every day is different. You never know how it's going to be. Sometimes your stomach is strong. Sometimes your stomach is weak. Sometimes your nerves get the best of you. Sometimes the heat gets the best of you. I can kick ass at home, but put me in front of a crowd and maybe not so much. So
Yeah.
I've honestly tried everything. The mashed potatoes, the greasy foods that they say. I've tried the dairy products, the yogurt. I've done the heavy cream.
Yogurt's been the best thing for her. Greek yogurt.
I've even done no prep at all, and I kicked ass. I almost placed third in a Reaper eating contest
Yeah.
on an empty
In New
stomach
York, yeah.
in New York.
Yeah.
So my
I
thing
saw
now,
that, by the way, badass. Just letting you know. That was awesome.
I was
That
so
was awesome.
I was so proud of her.
That was so good.
we never like posted the whole video, but we should.
They're trying to get me to do it too, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And she's like, I'll do it. And
That was cool.
I know. I was
But-
like, who the hell is that? And what do they do with Liella?
yeah,
So-
she's a mixed bag with her prep.
But I am.
So I kind of like what you said a minute ago, that everything is kind of situational, and I think that's also true with the challenges at hand. So we're going to go around here in a clockwise pattern here in a second and say, how would you prep differently, or would you prep differently? So versus a pod competition and a chug challenge.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So
I revolt against
So-
Chuck
so-
challenges
so-
now.
our beautiful co-host KTB Saucy took on the Black Mamba 16 and not so far of a distance back behind her. Let's tell us about your prep that day and what was that experience like?
Oh, great question. I would love to tell you. So I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. I ate a little bit of pizza, and then I did what I did, and did not win, by the way, which I think is complete bullshit. But I was going to say, I love Heather Peters with all my heart, but a few pieces of pizza, and I annihilated that bottle of sauce. And for the next 15 hours, people, 15 hours, I was miserable. I have never burned that long, that hard, ever in all of my time of doing this stuff. And that turned me off of chugs. Chugs are insane. It's almost like they seep into your intestines and they're in there. They're going to stay there until it's completely passed. I think with peppers, you can get peppers out. You can get noodles out. You can get anything out. But a chug, it seeps into your soul. And chocolate challenges do that too. But yeah, that Black Mamba 16, the final bite, that taught me a very valuable lesson that I will not be doing again. No,
So no more Black Mamba.
no, yeah, fuck that
I'm
shit.
surprised you
It's
can even.
amazing to me, though, that it's incredible to me to see people do pepper eating competitions now, because the pepper eating competitions have evolved over the past few years. They didn't used to be so intense. You know, they could last a little bit longer. What blows my mind now is watching people eat 2 or 3 ghost peppers, super hot peppers, whatever they are, and then they're given a chug challenge.
Yeah.
It's the Johnny Scoble challenge. It's the Queen chug. It's the whatever on top of the
The
peppers you've already
multimedia
eaten.
challenges are crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
now
way. I walk away.
and now even in Erie, this coming weekend. They're introducing the
Oh,
reboot Double Doomed, and I heard it's pretty warm.
Dude,
it
it's
is.
hot.
That sauce took out everybody in a hot wing challenge in
So,
round 5
Yeah,
that
we
the
were
Scoville
doing
unit
it. Yeah,
put on. It took out
Mhm.
everybody.
it's
Well,
brutal.
except
It's
2 people.
it's brutal. But yeah, Jason sat there like a champ
Yeah.
with it, and some of the other guy. But
It is brutal.
it's
So
scary.
Ethan, so say you were gonna go live in Cap Crew and do a spicy chug. How would that be different? How would you prep differently for that than you would, so say, taking on a piece of the world's hottest beef jerky?
So yeah, the difference with eating something solid and then chugging something liquid is the way my body handles it is I've learned too, where if I do a spicy chug and if I do more than 2 Robbies in a chug, that third Robbie,
With lost your audio, Ethan. All right, we'll get Ethan. Mike,
That's
let him
my
get his
school
mic
for the
fixed.
hello, hello,
Oh.
hello, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, all right, you're back. Go ahead.
Okay,
Any more
maybe.
than 2 Robbies?
So yeah, anything more than 2 Robbies, I find that my body rejects it. Like I have to get it out.
Mhm.
I did half a bottle of Tink with a chug.
All right, Ethan, your sound sucks. Just gonna move on. Okay. Go ahead and unplug that from your laptop and just move on to raw audio. All right. So Ryan Liella, kind of similar question. So
Mhm.
how are you gonna prep differently from, say, taking on the 5 hot balls or the hot balls challenge than you are a pod competition? And is there any difference? Are you gonna do the same?
For me, it's totally different. The butter does not work for regular challenges. The reason being is, I mean, a fresh pod, there is so much just fresh oil inside of there. Saturated fat, the major component in butter, is just another oil. So it kind of pushes that away from your gut. Works really well for pods, not so much for powders in a sense, for me anyway. So butter does not work for me. I'm big into milk, like you are, Katie. Yogurts and stuff like that. Peanut butter sandwiches. Pull the plug for chugs because you guys are right. Chocolates, the sauce chugs metabolize so quick in our systems because, I mean, the natural state of it's a liquid mainly for the sauce. And, well, chocolates are mainly sugar and our bodies just suck that up real quick.
Soak it up.
So definitely different from me.
Yeah.
Definitely different. More yogurts, milks, solid peanut butters for challenges.
Yeah. So here lately, what I've been doing is a good old cheesesteak from Jersey Mike.
That works too.
Hey,
That has
I'm a cheesesteak fan. Anyway, you already had me. I don't even care where it's from. It can be from like the Trap Shack around the corner, and we're eating that cheesesteak.
Give me that shit.
But anyways, didn't mean to cut you off. Just cheesecake.
it's really tough. And I also want to say that we've been around since 2020 as well. So in the 4 years, I've probably gained 30 pounds.
Prep is
I have
pounds. It is.
because my mind does think a little bit differently because I do try to grab different things. So I think
Carbs.
I'm
She's
going
a
to do the
carb
same
loader.
prep
Yeah.
because it's like I said, I've tried everything and nothing really works consistently. But here lately, I have been doing the cheesesteak. And then I try to do that at least 2 hours before I'm going to do pepper eating or a big challenge because I have a really slow metabolism. So I want it to be sitting at the bottom of my stomach. And then I was just trying to clear out food of the cabinets, and Ryan was like, hey, here's these sweet potatoes, big old can of yams that I got for Easter. And I'm like, that's a really good idea. And that's like mashed potatoes, but it's sweet potatoes. And I think they're healthy. Maybe not. I don't know. But so about
the heavy syrup and all that.
30 minutes before, I'll get a little bit of sweet potatoes, kind of mash them up. And then I like to mix my heavy whipping cream with a little bit of full milk. And then I drink that right before. And that seems to be working. So that's my current prep at the moment. Cheesesteaks. Mm.
I think that like cheesesteaks are gonna be on the menu this week.
Heck yeah.
Right, KCB. Like, hey, so all right. So let's talk about cheesesteak for a second because we're gonna get off on this tangent. Unscripted, guys. Follow me down this rabbit hole.
Love it.
How we eating our cheesesteak? Are we gonna do some grilled onions, some bell peppers, some mushrooms?
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's, they've got this
She
like
does the number.
chipotle mayo. They've got their, I think it's like a white American cheese. I'm not sure, but they put some onions in there. I think you can add mushrooms and peppers if you want.
That's a different one. She gets
I
the
don't
number
know.
43. It's
Number
killer, yeah.
43.
It's like a traditional one with like
It's
but it has a
so good.
chipotle mayo on it.
He
So
knows
it's
her
just-
number.
Ethan,
He
how you
knows
eat your? Oh,
Her number. That is the sweetest thing ever.
She's
You know
my-
the number that she orders?
I'm not gonna lie.
I can't
You
even.
know, that place had more than 40 subs, or like he's
Right.
42.
That was precious.
27 years.
Yeah.
I better know that.
You
If
better.
not,
Yeah,
that's
I
sweet.
love it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Perfect.
I think everyone too.
So Hope's weighing in. She's like pepper jack cheese, onion, bell pepper, mushroom. That's
Yeah,
the
there you
one in
go.
my heart right there. Let's do it.
Or cheese whiz. You know, we make it that.
Cheese
home.
whiz?
We'll have the
Wait,
cheese
what?
whiz, true Philly
You ever had
style.
the Whiz Wit?
Whiz wit.
Whiz
With
Wit.
onions
If you're
or
in Philly,
without?
you gotta get a Whiz Wit.
Yo, we're from the South.
I was about to
Okay.
say, we're
No,
too southern
sorry.
for that shit. I don't know what they're talking about, Jared.
hey,
Well,
KTB.
there.
Hey,
Isn't it like
I-
what they
and
put
mayo.
nachos?
Mayo is like what we use in the South.
Everybody in Philly in the live.
Jared,
It says cheese
what
balls.
mayo? What mayo?
Dukes.
No mayo on it.
God, that's why.
Dukes.
That's why this
Dukes.
is happening.
But
Yeah.
Dukes. If you're gonna put
Dukes
mayo
forever.
in the South, it's Dukes, right?
So
You
I
guys-
was a craft guy, and then we went to Hellman's because Hope had a coupon one day. And then, so like, okay, this is real talk. Like, we have a big family.
I love it.
Coupon's life. So we went to Hellman's for a while, and then I tried Dukes, and I'm like, get
Oh,
out of
yeah.
We're
here.
gonna spring.
What are you
We
doing?
don't need the coupon. It's good enough to pay full price.
It's really expensive, and I'm willing to pay that premium for
I
Dukes.
know.
Dukes is like life changing. If you guys don't have it in the north, I'm sorry, you guys are missing
Right,
totally
I
out.
feel bad for
Ethan, you don't have that in Cleveland, do you?
I've not tried Dukes, so I mean I've heard of it, I've seen it.
I gotta
As
give you
the
some.
go-to.
Oh,
It is so good. I'd probably put it on a cheese
I know what
steak.
you're getting for Christmas from me. You're
I know,
getting
you
there was
know.
actually a time when I first started doing reviews and stuff that if someone sent me their hot sauce to review for my channel, I would send them Duke's mayonnaise as a thank you.
That's awesome, though. See, that is a good
Shit you not.
thing.
That was exactly what I would do.
That is legit. See, that's a proper Southern lady here.
it is a proper Southern thing.
That,
And,
that,
so what-
I eventually stopped doing that, but yeah, I did that for a long time.
She's like, I want the Dukes for me.
Fun fact. Huh?
You wanted to hoard all the Dukes for yourself. You're like, I'm done giving it away. I need it for my
Yes.
sandwiches.
So my parents were married for 42 years before my dad passed away. So they met when they were in middle school. They got married when they were 18 and 19 years old. And the reason that my father would say the reason that they had been married as long as they were was because he required my mother to have a jar of Dukes in the refrigerator and a backup in the pantry at all times. He's been dead for 8 years, and there's still one in the fridge and one in the pantry at all times.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
an
Dukes
awesome-
is like- I've had so many brands that have come across me over the years, and I wish Duke's mayonnaise would just.
I know they need to pick you up with some
Yeah.
stuff because you.
I
do
wish
great
they would.
with
I really do.
So
I
when
think we'll
I
see.
got married, we were dating, or before we were dating, and we go to her family's house for a barbecue because she's still living at home. She was 19 when we got together, and she was still living at home. And we go to a barbecue, and we go to make our plates, and they had Miracle Whip, and I was like, I don't really know if this is going to work out.
Will does Miracle Whip. I've
So-
learned to love it now. I love it in its own right.
This is what we got spicy at the table, and then they show you the Miracle Whip. Like,
And then you have to start questioning, second guessing.
And so when her family comes to my house for barbecues and stuff, we have mayonnaise.
Real mayonnaise, not salad dressing.
Man,
And
Great.
that always confused me when I was a kid because you'd read it and it says salad dressing, and you're like, that's not salad dressing.
that's a little too
Yes,
thick.
no.
There's some extra C's in that thickness.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
think-
now that we came back from our little fun adventure over there,
Sorry.
no pun intended over here. No, it's great. I love it. This is why the people are here to see this crap.
It's all about-
So what do you think are some good combatants of dropping this weight and still being able to compete or do spicy things? Have y'all tried like low calorie prep? That's a thing getting around nowadays, low calorie prep.
Mhm. I actually stopped eating, like I was saying in the back chat a little bit. I was trying to figure out how my science worked with butter because my cardiologist is like, this is not good for
Yeah.
you, dude. He's like, he's watching my numbers, you know. He's like, let's just do more regular blood draw. See where you're at. You know, it's not good for you to eat butter. Sticks of butter is just horrible. I only try to use the butter right, like maybe the week before. And I don't want to, I guess, nurse myself with it. So, and it built me up too. I was gaining a lot of weight. I mean, I lost 11 pounds in the last 2 weeks, just getting ready for what I'm getting ready to do this month of July. We have a bunch of pepper comps coming up.
Jeez.
I had to do it, and I go out and I work out, man. We live in the South, so it's hot. So the benefit of that is you can just walk outside and lose 5 pounds. So, you know, but
Yeah.
I need to pitch a tent outside 24/7 then.
dude, yeah. Oh man, it is so different here.
No
Katie, you
kidding.
know, you're South Carolinian too. It was hot today. It was about
Oh, yeah.
101, I think, where we were at.
I don't even know. It's so humid.
Humidity.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
Lord. Yeah, I try to. I do try to stay fit. I try to go out, work out every day. Try to run a little bit. I always take just regular walks and things to combat that because the weight does add on. I am blessed where I have a higher metabolism where
Yeah.
it burns quicker for me in that. Man,
Yeah.
it's hard.
It can.
Hate you wholeheartedly.
So
I
right
know.
now,
I say the same thing.
she hates me too. She's like, you can
Yeah,
not
Lee and I hate your guts. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't keep up with them. I'm the opposite. I gain weight so freaking easily.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so easily. And I've tried everything. I've tried the keto thing, but hot sauce is better on a burrito than it is
Like you
broccoli.
were saying with the salad dressings and things, that's the great way to go with it. And that's why I did this sauce for her because she was on keto. You know, the pineapple is sweet and the heat's in there, and she could dump it on her
Yeah.
Chipotle.
But I recently had my blood work drawn, my annual blood work drawn, and oh my God, you guys, I was in the red out of 4 out of 5 categories. Like
Yeah,
my
it's not
cholesterol
good.
was like
Yeah.
over the freaking chart. It was bad. So
Not
keto is
laughing at you, just that comment.
not what's on the green screen. I know we
Nothing
got to get
currently.
back to our green screen
do have some
dramatic
stuff,
thing.
but-
Anyway, sidetrack.
You're fine. Sidetrack's
I
okay
like
here.
that's cool though. Keep talking. I mean, that's the beauty of it.
Run your mouth, because if you weren't talking, me and KTB would be talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real. I mean, it's
I
useful
think-
information to know.
I also sit on my ass all day for a job.
Well, yeah, she's
So that does not
I
help.
was there too. Yeah.
So I gain weight really easily. I sit all day and I love everything that's sweet and carby and everything that's bad for you. I love bread. So keto is just not working for me. So I've recently tried switching over to Weight Watchers, and that is like the total opposite of keto. And I'm really struggling because you can't eat the same things, and the things that you couldn't have on keto, you can. And it's just kind of messing with me, but I'm still struggling with the whole like portion control. And I've been on this Maddie's Cowlick kick, and I feel like I have to have all this heavy stuff in my stomach before I do one of those challenges. And
Right.
I'm not throwing that up. It doesn't give me any cramps. So everything that I'm
Cheesesteaks,
ingesting before
heavy whipping cream.
doing that challenge all the time is not helping. So
Don't
I'm
help.
still struggling.
Still, I think you're doing great. You look
I
great.
have a question, just a curiosity question, and I feel like Jiff helped me with this one, and Chris Fraggle,
Yeah.
however we pronounce his name, Chris Fraggle,
I like
Fragale,
saying Fraggle. It's like Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
the Scola unit.
Fraggle Rock.
I think that I've learned over time, honestly, I don't know if prep is really that necessary once you switch once your body adapts to the capsaicin.
Right.
Has
Yeah.
anybody else ever noticed that? Like maybe the prep isn't that necessary? Because I can my tolerance right now is super low. So if I ate a Carolina Reaper pepper, it would absolutely gut bomb me like crazy.
Yeah.
However, if I slowly build my tolerance back up, I could eat a Carolina Reaper pepper and move on with my life and it'd be no big deal. So I wonder if prep is really all of that necessary, or it's just us like adapting to that much capsaicin,
Building
adapting to the burns.
built
Maybe
that
so.
tolerance, you know?
So let's jump tracks then. How important do you think spicy prep, tolerance prep, weighs in to competitions and challenges?
Oh, huge.
I think increasing your tolerance is more important than the prep. I
Mhm.
think for me,
Mhm.
I've noticed. I think
Mm-hmm.
like
I agree.
it's absolutely important. It's necessary to coat your stomach. I don't, and I think this is just after years of doing it at this point. It's not. We don't. I don't find that I have to eat a ton of food, but if I I I think it's just don't OD on capsaicin. Like once your body adjusts to
Yeah.
that level of cap, you can do it whether you have a lot of food in there or not, right? Like somebody else weigh in. Let me shut
Yeah.
up.
So I think so. Capsaicin's an acid, right? Like is that what it is? Is
I
it,
don't think so.
Oil,
Is it an
It's an
acid
oil,
compound?
oil, actually.
oil compound.
Yeah.
But,
No,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
okay, oil compound. So like when it affects your taste buds, it causes some type of scarification.
I gotta
What-
pee.
right. I think so. Like I think it creates some type of scarification, and then that scarification is what your tolerance is. So I think that's what's happening with your system as you eat more and more. Those receptors are scarred over, that they're not affected as much. So like you building your tolerance is building a layer of scarred receptors, and
Yeah.
then after a while, especially in your mouth, everything gets flushed out and renewed so much faster than the rest of your body, just because of what your mouth is
Right.
like. That
Mhm.
your tolerance dips down low because everything's new again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fresh.
I think that's what tolerance is.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that that's science, and that's don't quote me on it, but I think from what I've gathered, I think that's what it is. And I don't know if that affects past your mouth, like into your stomach, into your intestines, where that scarring is preventing the cap cramps after a while because your body's past that point. I don't know.
I find
I'm
that
not sure.
fast. I've never thought about it as like a scarification. I always looked at it as God. I've kind of always looked at it as like
Could. For your eyes.
capsaicin is like an abusive relationship. And you grow very used to and accustomed to the abuse, right? Like maybe that's the worst, or alcohol tolerance or tolerance to drugs. Like the more you expose yourself, we were talking about sunburns earlier.
Mhm.
The more you expose yourself, the more your body adapts. I don't think it's scarification as much as adapting, which is what I think is the most
I can see the
attractive thing about capsaicin to
in the
me.
mouth. Because I do feel like the mouth, I can see the scarification in the mouth, because when I do challenges or some spicy things, like afterwards, my mouth feels burnt, like my tongue feels burnt, and everything tastes different. You know what I mean? But my stomach never changes, though. It seems like it's like I know I will always get the cap cramps at some point in time, and I try to write them out even when I think it's not happening. You know, you wake up at 4 a.m. and here they are.
Yeah.
But,
That's the worst.
I mean, I've done when I did the like a crazy jerky challenge. The next probably 2 days, I had no taste receptors in my mouth. I think it was just all like blown out, like just boom.
Yeah.
And it just even like if you burn your tongue on like hot soup,
Yes.
I got that same feeling where it's like not numb, but it's just there's no
It's
receptors
different.
there. Yeah, it's different.
So, have y'all ever noticed that after you take on a big challenge or really put yourself out there, you almost have like a cap hangover the next day?
I think that's like the adrenaline dump. Like you're all like, you get all that cap high, and then your body's like, oh, like it just trying to recover from that.
I would always get cold afterward.
Yeah, like the next day, it's like I went on a full bender. And I think that may be also my personality because I'm also so caught up in the moment and I'm so excited and I'm just like, ah, like in your face. And then the next day, it's like, all right, I'm completely wiped. It's like, let me have a bang and, let's go. And I mean, bang by that, my energy drink, not bang, because I just had to scratch my nose at the same time. So let's not get it twisted.
It's all entertainment no matter what. But yeah, I don't with those. I think chemical though. You guys think about the difference between like
that is true. I mean, extract versus pepper powder versus peppers, fresh peppers.
That's a whole nother show.
They're all kind of burnt.
Well, and like it in its own like separate. Like if I can eat sauce on food and tolerate it just fine. I can eat or take tink in a drink just fine. Pepper on a pizza, like fresh pod sliced up on a pizza. Yeah. But like when it's those things by themselves, it's a totally different beast.
I agree. I totally agree.
If there's not a carrier with it, it's just like, okay, my body's like, well, that wasn't what we wanted in my stomach. So
yeah, I mean that's what it is. Your mind automatically says this is poison, get it out. That's like the same thing when you drink too much alcohol, you throw up. Yep. Your mind is saying, no, get this out, you're gonna die. No.
Yeah.
It's amazing how our bodies talk to us inside of this. I mean, either you ride that that euphoric thing. For me, San Diego, what got me so far in San Diego was that euphoric ride. I hit that wave and I was gonna die before that, man. I'm not lying. I was like, I am so done here, I just can't do it. And all of a sudden I got that capsaicin ride and man, there I was, choking on peppers the last 3 people up there. But that was so different.
Reflex. That's my problem, is my gag reflex.
That one's mine too. I think I can handle the burn a lot better than I can stomach it. If that I can handle the heat. It eventually my stomach is just I can't do it anymore. And the texture of the peppers after a while, it's really gross.
Yep, especially when you get like a mushy one.
Oh my god.
That's KTB and I were talking about that on our last show on how if you think about it, those peppers are picked like the week before, and then they're flown in, shipped to the mail. They're hot, cold, in and out of this. By the time you sit down at that table, and you're like, "Oh, that's rough," that you eat that mushy pepper, and we've all left a bag of peppers or a box of peppers in the refrigerator too long, and then you're like, that was a mistake.
Depending on the pepper too, most peppers are so thin, like their walls are so thin, where then you're just like they'll be in the fridge for not even like 2 days sometimes, and you're like, oh, well, this is going battery.
Yeah, there's a perfect example. Like you leave a bag of jalapenos in the refrigerator for like 3 weeks. You're like, you're still okay.
Yeah.
And then you try to do that with super hot.
I can stuff these and still bake them in the oven.
In my fridge. Anybody put a bag of gel in there? Is this Jello?
Right. You're throwing like everything away, but these things are still healthy.
And the jalapenos are like, yeah, let's go.
Right. Someone's doing something with jalapenos, I'm telling you. That's what I think.
Speaking of jalapenos, like I don't think that people give them credit where credit's due. We're so focused on the super hot aspect of things right now. We don't think about all the different capsinoids and all these different peppers and the different heat placements of where the burn is. Because a jalapeno burn and a Thai pepper burn are so different than a super hot burn, and it really affects you different. Like, have y'all ever had a jalapeno sauce like tear you down, and you're like, why am I wrecked right now?
I have. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Like, there was something.
So I had that sauce from Whammy that was jalapeno powder, I think it was, and it affected me so much different than like a fresh jalapeno sauce or pickled jalapeno slices. And I don't know, just the concentration, because you get the jalapeno flavor, but once you dehydrate things and you have that powder and you make a sauce from that, I think it just kicked it up a notch. And it shows the versatility of such a simple pepper.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's pretty. It all starts. I think you always gotta nod your hat to that. You know, to the OGs.
Jalapeno, man, I'm telling you, I have a thing against jalapenos right now.
Well, why is that?
The crazy thing too is so people don't even realize like that jalapenos turn red. You know, like if you leave them on the plant long enough, and then that totally changed the whole flavor aspect of it from green to red.
Yep.
It's like oh, like it's a totally different pepper that people don't even once you eat it.
We had to do, or we didn't have to. We obviously volunteered to, but we did this pepper eating competition. I don't know if Uncle Bull Cal's still here.
It was in North Carolina.
It was in North Carolina, and it was really cool. It was different. It was sponsored by the town, and what was really cool about the town is the whole block was shut off, but in the middle of the streets, like where all of the flowers and things would be planted, they had those little ornamental peppers planted everywhere.
Ah, so cool.
So at my job, the horticulture department was planting last summer ornamental peppers all throughout the whole park, and I was just going around like foraging, like like people were like, "Oh, there's a pepper over there. Is it hot?" I'm like, "They're all hot." He's like, "Okay, we eat them. They're ornamental." I'm like, "You can eat any pepper. There's just some don't taste good." Like they just, but I was surprised how hot these peppers were around the park. Where I'm like, so that a kid could grab that like just out of nowhere, and it's just like, whoa. So, but it's funny because they look beautiful. Ornamental peppers, you get rainbow, Chinese 5 color, like they're amazing.
The black girl, the blue mulata. Yeah.
But they had this pepper competition that we were a part of, and it was really cool. Like I said, it was different. They had these jalapenos that were massive. I mean, I'm telling you, they were like the size of bell peppers. Okay, but every round you had to eat this huge jalapeno. Every round was 30 seconds. You only got 30 seconds. And if you didn't finish your pepper within 30 seconds, you're done. You're out. So every other round was a huge jalapeno, and then it was a super hot. Huge jalapeno and a super hot. And a damn jalapeno took me out.
Well, and that's like your jaw gets tired from chewing the thick wall. Yeah.
Freaking jalapeno took me out because I couldn't eat it in 30 seconds. It was huge. But
I was just riding down the road one day, and Ryan Evil Wonka messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, if you'll go live and eat 10 pods, I'll go live and eat 10 pods." And what he didn't know is I just happened to have like 12 jalapenos in my lunch bag that day, and I'm like, "All right, you're down, bro. Let's go." And he's like, "Okay, cool." So I go live and eat 10 jalapenos, and he's like, "Who the hell carries 10 jalapenos in their lunch bag?" Like, but getting to the point of by the time I finished that live, I couldn't hardly chew anymore. I'm like, this is terrible.
I'm sure.
Oh, dude, I know what you mean. They tear you up, man.
Oh.
We got down to the last one. I got second place in Oxford, and I lost to a competitive eater.
Yep, competitive eater. He had the I don't even know, the chew.
He just like a chipmunk chew.
That's what Mike Jack. Have y'all ever noticed? That's what Mike Jack does, and he'll do it with three fingers. Because of course, I'm a pretty fast eater too. So anytime I go up against Mike Jack in some kind of competition, you always want to study your opponent. Oh yeah. And I'll see him pick him up, and he'll use 3 fingers, and he'll go, and he'll mow it down, and they'll go, mow it down.
His bites are his chews. So like when he's biting into it, that's a chew. And then he's able to swallow more.
And of course we know that he regularly uploads his like the ghost peppers in 60 seconds and the different videos and stuff. And I'll go watch those because of course I'm a lurker. And I'm like, how does he do this? Because I'm like, I want to have that level of speed, and I like to consider myself pretty fast on speed eating, and I don't see. He's really fast.
He is. We had to face off against him at the end of the month in New England, doing some pod eating. So we're at the main event up there at the New England Hot Sauce Festival. So you guys are up in New Hampshire area there on the live feed. Come up there and join us and watch us get our butt kicked by Mike Jack and some pepper eating. But I'm gonna try to train hard, man. We like Mike. He's a good guy. He's I call him. He's like a hairy little monkey. No offense, Mike.
Anybody who has any hate on Mike Jack does not know Mike and Jamie in person.
Right? Because they're such great people, man. Like, and I go back to the hairy little monkey thing, just to You guys remember Charlotte? I mean, that guy did how many of those chunks did he do
21 or
for the
22.
super hot filming?
I
And
don't
like,
remember.
That was
I just remember sitting there in that chair, and he's like, yeah, he's a hairy man. Like, I was like, he looked like a little hairy monkey man, but like he was like beast, dude. That guy is a beast. So I'm scared to go up against them in New England. I really am. But they're great people, though. Jamie Jack, she's
They're sweet as can be.
Yeah.
just I think they're great people, man, and we're excited to see them again, but not to compete against them.
I know I don't stand a chance, but hey, I'm going to give it my all.
Right.
See how I do.
Maybe we'll have to pick you up, KTB, on the way and drag you up there, and you can help.
So where are we dragging me to?
To New England. You want to come to New England and do that with
I
us?
would love to, y'all. I really would. That one.
It's a good one. I think we had a lot of fun last year. I think you guys would enjoy the chance to check it out. It's good times.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get some free time, bro. It's not far from Seatown.
here's the thing that a lot of people I don't know about me, or maybe they do, maybe they don't think about. I don't know. When I first started doing all of this, I worked in mortgage, and it was awesome. And then mortgage took a nosedive in 2022. And I have been working my freaking butt off to try and get back to a place where I can pay my bills and have fun. I haven't gotten there yet, but I wish to God I could be in New England. I really do. I wish that one more than anything. They invited me. I would have loved to be there. I'd love to be in Erie. Honestly, it's just not easy. It's not easy right now. I'm giving it everything.
Hey, we fell.
Your phone was like, my phone's not even on it. Like, it doesn't.
Right.
I'm giving it my all.
I feel it.
Yeah,
Your phone's like, I'm tired.
I'm doing my damn best. But yeah, I would love to be there. I'd love to meet Spicy Shark. Oh my gosh. So please take tons of pictures. I will live vicariously through you. But yeah, I wish to God I could be. I do. That'd be so cool.
Here's the next year, though, right?
Yeah.
Here's the next year for it. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it's not easy to do these things. It's not. I mean, everybody knows that like this is like we all have regular jobs, and we try to push these things that we have, this compassion, love, and just it's everything that we have.
I do my challenges while I'm working now.
Yeah, she does her challenges.
I don't have time
while she's working.
I know, right?
So yeah, she'll be like on calls and stuff. She's eating spicy
on a
stuff.
conference call. It was so funny. I haven't posted the picture yet, but I was on video call like this for work. I work at home and I sit on my ass all day, like I said. But I saw a lady with a sucker in her mouth on call, and I'm like, and of course, I automatically assume like she's doing a spicy sucker joke.
Oh, motivation.
I'm doing one. Like my camera's in front of me and I'm recording myself, and like the stupidest thoughts were coming to mind. But
she's like, I got you. I got another one.
You must be doing one too.
I literally do my best to only work from home so I can make videos and do reviews and eat peppers and no one jump up my ass about it.
Your charisma in your videos is probably the most attractive thing about your videos. And this is like
you girl, yes.
I don't give a crap if you're talking about Play-Doh. It's the way you're just raw, real. You give
Genuine.
like you're genuine, just total, just like, hey guys, I got this hot sauce and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat this waffle. What do we think about putting this Play-Doh on this waffle and see if it goes together? And it's like,
love it. I really do.
and you can tell just by you were just walking through the house and you're like, I want a snacky snack. Oh, there's some hot sauce. Ooh, what's that? Potato chip. Hey, what this is like? Push the record button.
Thanks.
And
that means the world. I do love it. I love it so much. And it's insane. So like I guess 2 or 3 weeks ago, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. I hope you all still love me afterward. But when I filmed with Heat 101 at the Pucker Butt Pepper Company, they gave me sauce. And I was so excited to try all of these sauces. I'm just a big fan. Like you can just pay me in sauce and I am satisfied. It's a fun experience. I enjoy the shit out of it.
Don't tell the mortgage people that.
The mortgage people? Oh no, they already fired me. They let me go. Like,
But I'm just saying, like, if you get back into it, don't put that on your resume. We'll work for sauce, and then
oh,
like,
oh. You know, that's
No,
Here comes Tabasco. Oh, in the mail.
looking for some marketing work. I got a lot of hot sauce, KTV.
yeah,
And,
listen, I'm down. I'm your girl. I am. You have any idea how many people literally pay me in sauce just to market for them? It's a
you're
lot.
doing it though. So we love what you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing because you do amazing. You do deliver. It's real and it's fun, and that's what it's all about. And I think that's what it's smart.
and the chili
It means
community is it's no secret there are a lot of people out there, and I'd say 90% of it is great, but there's like 10% that's not genuine, and those will normally weed themselves out throughout the years. Most of the time, we have a couple little pains in the butt still here and there, but normally they weed themselves out. And so to come across a personality that's genuine and that posts videos as often as you do is nice. So
Yeah.
thank
That really hit me right in the feelings. Thank you very much.
No, we love it.
you.
Y'all y'all saved my life. I promise you that. It is very genuine, and I mean it with all of my heart, and I thank you all very much. I really do. I love it. It means a lot to me, and thank you.
People that are, and we'll start to finish up here. I know that everybody's got stuff to do, and we're hitting our time slot. And so, anybody that's out there listening and has been in the chili community for a while can agree that an original, genuine personality is more attractive than the arrogant "I can do anything better than you can" attitude.
100%.
We've been all around, just sitting right here, 20 years of experience in the chili headed community. Okay, just sitting right here, 20 years. And that's a lot of hours devoted. And I'm not saying just like an hour or two each day. This is our life. We literally breathe it every moment. We've seen a lot come, we've seen a lot go. And if you're out here and you're thinking you're going to go on that stage and you're going to have an arrogant attitude, you're probably not going to be the fan favorite. Just be humble, do you, give lots of hugs and smiles, and then go home.
Mhm. That's the best way to do it. It's about love.
It's all about love.
Enjoy it. I mean, that's been the best part of it. The friendships, the relationship.
Exactly.
God, I mean, that the community in and of itself is so much more important than ever winning any competition.
100%.
Now, I'm gonna say this just to top off what you just said, Jared. There is one hug that has meant the world to me. Have I told you this? I've told you.
I don't know.
It's your hug. When we got done in Charlotte, when I finally walked off that stage, I gave you a hug, you gave me a hug, and I walked off. That hug meant the world to me. And I hate that they didn't put that in the Hulu show because it was so dope to me to sit next to you and you coaching me and pushing me and encouraging me, joking and laughing with me. Like, we had such a fucking blast sitting up there. And when I finally had to tap out, I mean, it was just, I don't know, not to like, I've just loved you ever since. It was just, that's what it's about. That
Well, I appreciate the friendships, and you know what really means a lot to me is my favorite person in the world is my wife, and I'll tell anybody that anytime. And to hear her come out of the bathroom and say, "I just met the coolest person in the bathroom," and then I'm like, "Who did you meet?" And she's like, "I don't know, but she complimented me on my shirt." And then to find out it was you, and I was just like,
I thought you were talking about your house. I was like, "What did
What
you
did she have done?
no, like we were at Zest in Dallas, and Hope's like,
Oh, yeah.
she comes out, she's like, "Hey, I just met the coolest person in the world in the bathroom," and I'm like, "In the bathroom?" And she's like, "Yeah, I didn't catch her name, but she complimented me on my shirt because she was wearing a Karma shirt," and turns out it was KTB. So,
yeah, Will's a big fan of you too.
I love Wilbur. Wilbur's my boy, and
100%.
so to build all these relationships and to meet each other's spouses and family and solidify these relationships and the camaraderie in this community. If you're not here for the people, you're here for the wrong reasons.
Mhm.
Amen, man.
Yeah.
Amen. That's what it's all about.
I got to meet all you guys in person when we were down in Tampa for like the first time. I mean, me and Jared go back to, like we said, 2019. And when we met in Tampa for the first time in person, like face to face, and we hugged it out like the very first, second that we saw each other. And it was just like, it was like high school buddies that we never even
Mhm.
skipped a beat. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then to meet everybody else and to realize that they're just as genuine in person as they are on their online personality. It was so cool to finally, complete that circle. And then I was like, now when's the next time I can see them again? I want to, it's got to keep going. It's got to keep happening.
It's
Yeah.
it's addiction, just like the spice.
Exactly.
It is. I agree.
Addiction, just like spice. All right, so we've got to get out of here. It is 8:04. We've gone over. I know we like to try not to do any kind of time restraints or anything like that, but I know everybody's got wife, kids, families, and I've got heathens in there that probably want attention from dad.
They're
I
not
want to
hungry.
thank each one of you for being part of my life and coming and joining me, KTB, and Ethan on this show. It started out as KTB and I just saying that we wanted to do something like that, and we made it freaking happen, which I can't believe. And with the artwork that Ethan's provided and the production. The production quality that I cannot believe that I'm able to do here, like that intro, I was like, that's a really cool intro. Like,
I'm impressed, dude. I'm digging it.
Yeah, you're great.
We're crushing it because without each one of you, this wouldn't be possible. So, selfless plug, Ryan Liella.
Oh gosh, I'm no good with this. Get over to adventuresauces.com. Just kidding. That was going to try to flow with it, make it sound good. But yeah, get over to adventuresauces.com. Check us out. We got a bunch of sauces, not only our pineapple habanero, but we carry a full line of all our brothers and sisters and stuff there too. So,
And I'll even plug them a little bit more because I'm a creeper and creep their page. They are going to be vending at Erie. Is that still a thing?
yes,
It
sir.
is.
We were going to be there.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, we're going to be coming up. Man, I can't believe I forgot about that too. I've been doing that all day. We've been packing and organizing
Yeah.
for that.
Oh gosh.
We got
It's
everything.
going to be our first
we got,
vending
yeah,
experience.
we got
So
some
this will
stuff,
be fun.
we got everything from League of Fire challenges, spicy shark, primo pepper sauces. We got some Jersey barn fire sauces. We got our
We got some blazing
amazing
food
stuff.
challenges.
So-
Your first vending experience will be a unforgettable one. And I'm going to give you a piece of advice I learned really quick that I taught myself. Get people to try it no matter how, and the sauce will sell itself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Get it in their mouth. Even if they say, I don't like spicy, get it in their mouth.
Yeah.
He's
I
right.
like to have fun. I got some shenanigans. We're gonna buy like a pineapple guy and everything and go out and be like,
Yeah. And if somebody comes by and they're like, I don't know, I'm really not into spicy, and be like, give me a shot.
Yes.
Give me a
Those are my
shot. Give
favorite
me-
people.
Yeah. And then also, that, and it's the vending is so much fun because you're in your element, you're talking to people and you're like out there, you're like, hi, how are you want to try the sauce, and then they're like, hold on, restraining order, and you're like, no, come back.
I love vending. It's so much fun. And he's right. Like, give a sample, whatever it is you have on that table, give people a sample of it. And the people that say that they hate hot sauce, the only reason they hate it is because they haven't tried the right one yet.
Yeah.
You are the connoisseur. You tell them all about it. You will change their mind. It is one of my favorite things in the world.
So
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
plug for
I need to
KTB.
write some meetings.
I'll give KTB her selfish plug. Message her, tell her what attributes you like in sauces, and she compare you with a sauce.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've had
Like
some.
that's one of her favorite things to do. So like hit her up and be like, I want some tomatillo, some garlic, a little bit of vinegar, not too strong, and she's gonna be like, let me hook you up.
I always had this pipe dream that like Hot Shots would let me be their connoisseur. It just never freaking happened. It really bummed me out. But yeah, I've tried so many at this point. You tell me what you're into and I will match you. I can do it. I promise.
You know what you're doing, and like I just want to just 1 second here with this because like the all the love you gave us with our sauce, and you hear how much you enjoyed it, KTB.
Love it.
Holy crap! Because what you just
Means
said
a
right there,
lot.
because like you can take a sauce and you can say this is where it's going to go and how it's going to go, and to see your reaction to our sauce like that, somebody tastes so many sauces and is so just educated inside that palate of yours, it means so much. So thank you again.
Oh, you're so welcome. Trust me. You had me. You guys won me over. The sauce is absolutely spectacular, especially considering it's your first sauce. I am one person. Will is another, and Will absolutely adores that sauce. So yeah, y'all crushed it. You really did. It's not me being nice because I love you. It's the damn sauce.
Well, Ryan Lee, thank you for hanging out. I got a little outro that I want to run by y'all. So if y'all stick around for a couple minutes, we can kind of discuss it after we get out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick you out, give you the boot, and no pun intended. Ethan, I love you always. Selfless plug for Ethan, and I don't know how busy he is right now, but Ethan is probably the best artist I know personally. And he does some logo work on the side for a little side cash, like a little ho-ho. So if you need some spicy logo drawn up or something like that, just tell him kind of what you are looking for, and usually he can nail it out the park. So I'm going to kick him out. Love you, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank
you. KTV, it all started with a conversation, and now we're here. I hope that the show's going exactly how I thought it was going to go. Like, it's like, how do you think it's going?
I love it. It's nice to see you guys. I enjoy hanging out. It's great.
Yeah, nice little hangout. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you later.
So now that I kicked them all out, I want to thank you all for joining us on this just a chat, just a conversation, something we do, something we enjoy, and I appreciate you hanging out. So from all of us at Burn Notice, we'll see you next time. Check out my outro, leave your thoughts and opinions, and if you would, share this out to some people. Maybe they like something spicy, maybe you think they would enjoy the conversation, and we'll see you next time.